All right.
Well,
So we could do our own audio personals. You could
well, why
say,
don't
I'm Adam. I'm
Adam, I'll put you on hold, and we'll get your vital
Single
details.
male.
we'll get your phone number. We'll see if you can fix you up
5'10",
with
180
Shanna.
pounds,
When
whatever.
people meet you, Adam, do they go at all, or
I don't probably.
No, usually they just drive off.
are you
They
just
just
kind of a
drive
normal?
off,
Are you a
okay.
normal-looking guy?
Well, I'd say normal, yeah.
What, how tall are you, Adam?
6 foot,
6
Great,
foot.
okay. How much do you weigh?
220.
220, 6 foot.
Big size guy,
What,
yeah.
what kind of hair do you have?
What do you mean, what kind? Short
What
or,
color is it?
Brown.
Is it long or short?
Wrong.
Long
Yeah.
brown hair.
What do you do for a living?
I work at the factory.
A factory.
Okay.
All right.
We'll call Shanna. She's
Sounds good so
interested.
far. Drive a truck?
Do I?
Yeah, do you drive a truck?
Yeah.
Are you in it right now?
No, actually, I'm in a friend's car. We're just leaving work.
Okay. It sounds like you're.
You work
in the car.
nights?
I work third, yeah.
Okay. Works third shift.
Works third.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, and we'll put you on hold here for a second. We'll see if we can fix you up with Shanna.
All right.
Okay.
First, we have to ask Shanna's permission. Yeah, okay.
don't.
Thanks a lot,
Oh,
Adam.
yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Did we ever finish the commercial?
Porgy, you want to get back to the commercial, please?
Summertime and sunglass time means Ossip time. Stop by and look around at all of the coolest eyewear in Broad Ripple. Ossip Optometry can correct.
Yeah.
I said read the bottom line. Even the most difficult vision problems with contacts. Even if you wear bifocals or have an astigmatism. If it's glasses, contacts, or sunglasses, Dr. Ossip is your man. Dr. Ossip, you is my man.
Stop the music.
Stop the music.
Tom came to work today with not a pen in his pocket.
No, they're in my briefcase.
You have a briefcase?
Do you have a briefcase?
You have a briefcase. I carry it around all the time. You go to use
Do you have a briefcase and you keep all those pens in your pocket?
No, I didn't.
See, he's got the flap shirt. Hard to put a pen in the
I know,
flap.
you can-
No, he does it. Trust me. I've seen him.
Such a good look. All right.
Wow.
Wow, okay.
Sorry.
Do you need a
I
pen?
wouldn't want to use anything that might involve working.
Around here?
You know, that way, the reason you have pens so you can write things down in case you ever have an idea. I don't want to push anybody around here.
What do you mean? What are you trying to say?
Well,
Are you trying to imply?
We know how to write, don't we?
By the way, Chick, that's quite a good look if you're a rapper in Oakland. What is with you? You got the black hat, the black hooded thing. What are you going to?
Hey, and they're both embroidered and they match. It's
Are
cool.
you going to start moving your shoulders and your arms like
Why-
you're a rapper?
I'm in the hood, man.
Why a hooded sweatshirt?
It's cold in here all the time.
It's cold in here. I'm
Yes,
sweating.
it
Because
is.
it's cold, Otto Preminger. We come in here, and Mr. Freeze, we turn the air conditioner down to 40, or I start to sweat.
Yep. You notice?
And you're in there in a golf shirt. God, is that in here? Well, you know, back in Armenia, it's 120. And we're all
Did anybody see 60 Minutes last night?
No.
Sorry, I didn't.
The Armenian, it was a thing about bankruptcy in Florida. There's a guy living in a palace.
Oh, I've seen this one. That's a
Oh, yeah,
rerun.
where his wife is...
He's the Armenian guy living in a palace.
His-
Yeah.
it was a fixer-upper. To fix it up, it was $6 million.
Yeah.
So this is like this gigantic palace, and he's bankrupt,
I saw that.
not paying his bills.
Yeah.
Lives in a $10 million.
As long as he stays married to his wife,
It's
he's okay.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And a handsome guy. I can see why the woman stayed with him.
Oh, yeah.
There were only the three people there, the interviewer, him, and his nose.
Okay, well,
That's
all right.
nice to know. So
All right.
if you're planning on screwing all the people you owe money to, move to Florida.
Move to Florida.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
nice to know. Thanks. I'm sure a lot of people
That
want
was
to
the
see.
thing also had Bowie Kuhn.
Yeah, Bowie Kuhn, who lived in New Jersey all his life, suddenly realized that his law firm was about to go under, so he
Moved
moved
to
to Florida
Florida.
with all his money. Okay. But he ended up getting he had to pay back like $1 million. So
Yeah, but he still has 10 or 15 million.
just from being the baseball commissioner, that pays that well.
Well, I think he met a few connections here and there.
Did he do sell drugs to Dwight Gooden? How did he get so good?
Someone's got that gig.
Could have been.
Well, let's check in with news headlines at Christy Lee. Christy, look for a great day today. Sunny, high around 80. Perfect day.
Perfect. Well, it's not so perfect. In Bainbridge, Georgia, National Guardsmen have been working feverishly to keep floodwaters out of a fertilizer plant and away from 9 million pounds of toxic ammonia. Georgia's Emergency Management Agency's Brian Bowman says FEMA delivered 47,000 47,000 sandbags to help out on the site on Sunday.
Those sandbags have been filled and have created a 12-foot wall around the plant. In addition, whatever fertilizer that can be shipped out has been shipped out.
Yes.
In addition, motors, anything electrical that is involved in the refrigeration of the ammonia storage has been moved as high up as it can be so that if there is any flooding, the power can be continued to those units.
So, where are you going to build the toxic waste dump, Earl? Oh, I thought we put it down by the river. So in case,
So in case anything leaks, it can get right into the water
it hasn't
supply.
flooded for 15 years, so we got a government grant and put it there.
Nothing like ammonia.
Like
a
how much
great
those,
idea.
how much those government sandbags costs.
Just a few of the waves. The city of Bainbridge
$100 a bag, you think?
Probably.
George's new state motto.
Purchased from Clinton Industries.
George's new state motto.
You have a cat?
All that ammonia down there.
Just a few of the ways the city of Bainbridge in southwestern Georgia is preparing for what it expects will be record floods in the wake of Tropical Storm Alberto. That flooding is blamed for 28 deaths in the state, plus one in Alabama. Already, thousands of Bainbridge residents have left their homes, and more are expected to clear out before Wednesday's
Anybody see
predicted
the-
crest of the Flint River at 20 feet above flood stage.
Anybody see the paper on Saturday?
Yes.
The floating caskets.
Yes.
Guy in a boat towing in
Yeah.
6 floating caskets.
Can they trace those? Like, is there a serial number on them so you can trace them back to wherever they came
No,
from?
you just look in there and see who it is.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, right.
That's what I see. Christie's going. That's the exact question I was going to ask you.
I mean, how do you
I'm sure,
identify them?
I'm sure there are identifying marks on each of them. You
do
know.
they put a do they put like a little a tag on it and it was enclosed?
I don't know if there's a little tag.
Well,
on it
you
or not,
know,
but I think there are.
Do
Each one of them.
like their little brass plate like you have in your front door, Bob.
No.
The Cavoy.
Well, hopefully it won't be plural.
No,
I mean, do they have a name? You know, my name is Steve.
My name was on the course. You know that. That's what it's
A little
always
name
been.
tag, one of those tags that you wear at the
It says
convention.
ingredients : Jim Smith.
Nutritional facts on the side of the...
One serving.
Calories 1,074.
Yeah.
We better. If anyone works in a funeral home, please answer this question for us. Do they put a marking on there so if in the unlikely event that
This happens.
to describe this once again, the river's flooding, and obviously there was a cemetery by the river, and I can't. Were these? They couldn't have been buried. They must have been in those above ground things. I would imagine. I don't know.
Either that or the ground
Still, I mean-
washed
Well,
away.
the ground might have washed
I
away.
guess so.
they're-
Yeah, maybe the ground washed away. I guess so.
Nice to know they're good and airtight, though.
Yeah,
Well,
that's true.
The ones they showed.
Yeah, imagine the ones that.
You know.
Imagine the guy who got the cheat model.
Yeah. Oh, you had to get the cheap one.
I see what you mean.
And now where's Grandpa? We don't know.
He's floating.
Barney! He's stuck against a log with his arm behind his back.
Hold on a second. We have someone on the line. Morning, Q95. Who's this?
Hey, this is Rob Brainerd. How you guys doing?
Fine, Rob. Do you work for a funeral home?
Well, no, not actually. My grandfather died a while back,
Uh-huh.
and my dad was telling me how they how they tell who it is. If this happens.
What happened? What do they do?
Well, there's a tube down in one of the lower corners of the casket,
Yeah.
and they screwed it. It's like a metal tube, and they screw it in, and all the information's on the information on the person who's in it.
You're kidding.
Oh.
Is that real? Is that true?
I don't know. Well,
Wow.
It's about a 10-inch cylinder or so.
Huh.
And then
fascinating.
screwed in there.
Well, so that's a piece of paper you don't want anybody filling out then, I guess.
I guess. Okay.
This is
I didn't know what it was. So.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about your grandfather.
It was a long time ago.
That's the
Okay.
first time I've ever heard of that, too.
Well, thanks a lot.
So
Yeah,
it's
take care, guys.
Bye.
like a waterproof tube? I didn't know that. I didn't want
I
to
know a
that.
guy that's in the mortuary business. We could give him a call.
I thought they had like a sliding thing like on the speakeasies back in the 20s. They have a thing in the hood, the top of the casket, so you give the password.
You need a password to get in.
You're flooding. Oh, it's Sid. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They slide
That's
it
it.
back.
See that's interesting to know.
I didn't know that.
either.
So now they have to call the people who the next of kin and go, by the way, your
Your
great-grandfather who's been
landed
buried
in
there.
Alabama.
He's gone boating.
He's out to sea. And you thought all of his adventures were over.
You give him a beer. You can't go boating without beer.
Can't go boating without a beer.
New caskets by Sea Ray.
Actually, Bob, they look to me like they were mostly those beautiful wooden Chris crafts.
Yeah.
Yes,
They make that great sound. That beautiful sound that the Chris crafts make. What we're talking about now, this is the front page of the Star. Was it Saturday?
Yes, it was Saturday's paper.
Great photo. It showed these two guys in shorts, and they're in a boat, and they're towing, and they're towing caskets that are floating away from this place in Bainbridge, whatever it was.
Pretty weird. Oh, hold on. Morning, Q95.
Hey, Bob and Tom.
Yeah, hi.
How you doing? This is, we heard you talking about some of these things. We run a funeral home, my partner and I, down here in Georgia.
Uh-huh.
Well, believe it or not, we're New York transplants. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it.
But
You sound so Southern.
that's the thing, Anyway, it doesn't matter the language we speak here at our funeral home. But we handle many of the funerals and services, kind of a special line of caskets here at our place.
Do you really?
What are they?
What kind of caskets do you carry?
Well, first of all, the name of our establishment, if you ever need our services, Johnson and Evinrude Funeral.
Okay.
And if you ever need our services, we have whatever you need, caskets in all colors. But we found, for instance, poor dead Ted over if you don't mind me saying it, poor dead Ted over here.
Uh-huh.
We have his favorite, we're burying him in his favorite color, the one the family. He seems to be very popular this year.
Which one's that?
We called it Ted's Aquamarine.
Second plug this year.
First the fish, now the casket.
First the fish.
Boats.
Named
We got
Ted.
boats.
Now the casket, fine.
Oh, God.
Little
Yeah.
Evinrude on the side there.
Evan
Do you have one with
Johnson.
like a flying bridge and... Well,
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable, this sort of thing. And then, of course, unfortunately, we have an older woman here who's passed on. And
Yeah.
my partner and I, just a few moments ago, were grieving for her.
Who was that?
And, I don't want to give out Emma's name. I mean, right, the woman's dead.
Okay.
But,
What is she buried in?
well, she's buried in a very nice kayak.
hang up on this idiot.
Wait.
No, we're not waiting anymore.
Don't you have
One quick mention here of what happened, Tom. I think it'd be very interesting.
Go ahead.
She's buried in this very nice kayak.
Uh-huh.
And I'm looking along with the family as we're standing there, we're grieving.
Yeah.
She looks so good.
Uh-huh.
She looks so natural.
Mm-hmm.
I think poor dead Emma looks exactly like her family would like to see her.
How's that?
And they said, what do you mean? Exactly. My God, she's dead. She's laying there in the kayak. She's got all the wilted stuff, like prunes.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw a wet towel on her, and I said, it looks like Grandma's putting on a little water with her.
Like I said, hang up on the city. Christy?
The latest on the O.J. Simpson case, a report in Newsweek is offering some insight into how O.J. explains the cut on his hand. He said, apparently, according to Newsweek, that Simpson told police he cut his hand before leaving for Chicago the night of the killings. The explanation could also explain a trail of blood droplets on Simpson's driveway and testimony by a limo driver who said he saw a shadowy figure on the property before Simpson appeared. But the report doesn't say how. The magazine says the cut is in addition to the one that Simpson claimed he suffered in Chicago once he heard about his wife's or his ex-wife's
that was the
murder.
original story, right? That was the first story.
Yeah,
wasn't
I
it?
don't with Tom on this. How does that explain somebody being outside and
And when you've got a gigantic
clothing.
mansion, you often park your car outside.
Yeah.
Up against the curb with a trail
not
of
very
blood.
straight either?
Yeah.
Well, and then I read a report about some people that were in an intersection that as he was leaving, apparently trying to get to his mansion, he ran a red light and almost ran this woman off the road, and cars were screaming to a halt. And I don't know if that's true or not, but
No, you're going to have every person who lives in that area claim that they've seen him and hopefully sell their story to some tabloid.
Sure. Simpson was ordered Friday to stand trial on 2 counts of first-degree murder in the June 12th slaying of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. That arraignment, by the way, will be on July 22nd. In other world news, North Korea's government appears to be working to get the country moving again after the death of leader Kim Il-sung. Official radio is again airing regular news reports instead of the all-morning format.
Hey, good morning.
All-morning format. This is true.
One can imagine the quality of radio in North Korea.
Used since Kim's death on Friday. Official grieving is expected to last all week, though. South Korea's foreign minister also says that it appears that Kim's son has assumed power, though there's been no official announcement from the North. The president, Bill Clinton, he has been attending meetings in Germany, which we'll get to in a minute, but spoke with reporters about the effect Kim Il-sung's death would play in regards to the United States.
I think it is in the interest of the United States that North Korea continue to suspend its reprocessing, refueling, and continue to engage in those talks. They have told us that the talks will resume after an appropriate time for grieving.
Of course, the talks he's referring to are the talks between not only North and South Korea, but the United States and the subject of nuclear power. There have been reports that the North has invited former President Jimmy Carter to attend Kim's funeral. Carter's office in Georgia has not made any official comment. Well, as we mentioned, the president was in Germany this morning, in Bonn, Germany, and we have a little bit of music of...
Bonn.
This was his arrival.
James Bond.
Bonn. During his first official visit, Clinton praised Chancellor Helmut Kohl's leadership in efforts to improve Europe's economy. He said the cultural and economic bonds between the U.S. and Germany should be strengthened. Clinton is in Germany to promote the economic and political integration of the former communist states. He was speaking during a joint news conference with Helmut Kohl.
I guess British Prime Minister John Major said there was a lot of progress made, and Clinton's quote was, "Good chow." So,
according to NASA, everything appears to be going well with experiments aboard the Space Shuttle Columbia. Some embryonic Japanese newts are already sprouting some appendages as they develop in their eggs. They're expected to hatch before the 2-week mission ends.
Newts.
A new machine to be used by the Greenwood Police Department is expected to cut significantly the time it takes police officers to identify confiscated drugs. Captain Al Hessman, head of Greenwood's investigations, says the town will join Marion County and the Indiana State Police as the only law enforcement agencies in central Indiana to have such a machine.
Why don't they just hire like a really strung-out junkie?
That's what the machine is. The machine.
It's a yellow jacket.
It'll take the new machine about half an hour to identify a substance compared to the current hours or days needed.
5 minutes.
Wow, hold on. Morning Q95.
Yeah, dude.
Hello.
Hey, it's Domino's Pizza.
No, it isn't.
this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember I dialed it.
Who is this?
Hey, this is Carl.
Carl.
Yeah. Well, you guys got me to get my job back.
Your job, what happened?
I got laid off work.
Where did you work?
Greenwood Police Department.
Oh, are you the new drug identifying machine?
He was the old drug identifying machine.
Oh.
Get this.
Uh-huh.
Like, they replaced me with a machine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's just like the elevator operators, huh?
Dude, exactly.
You just need a better union.
Man, Aldous Huxley was right, man. Take it over.
Yeah, I can see that.
This is the most crisp job I'd ever had.
I'll bet.
It's late hours sometimes. But I didn't mind.
I'll bet.
Here, try this.
I really put myself into my job, man.
Sure.
We're sorry to hear that, Carl.
Is that the phone?
No.
Hello?
hang up on this idiot. That seems to be a theme.
God.
Carl. The Indiana Film Commission says major feature filmmakers have left $16.7 million in the state of Indiana during the past 3 years. A League of Their Own, Rudy, and Blue Chips are just some of the films that landed here during that time period. Lotto Cash jackpot and Powerball jackpots grow. $2.5 million at stake for Lotto Cash, $20 million at stake for Powerball. And for one weekend, a motel in Travis, Pennsylvania, or is it Travis, Pennsylvania, played host to 1,500 eye-poking, pie-throwing conventioneers. They were there for the 8th annual Three Stooges convention, which probably was a real meeting of the minds, don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
The Stooges, better known as Moe, Larry, Curly, and then later Shemp and Curly Joe, were vaudeville stars who broke into pictures in 1930. In all, they made over 190 films and features.
Wow. Hold on. Morning Q95.
Yes, hello. Is this the Bob and Tom show?
Yes, it is.
Yes, hello. I'm calling from the Stooges convention. I was told to give you a call this morning.
Who is this?
Well, nice to talk to you, sir.
Hello, I am Sir Moe Gielgud.
Sir Moe Gielgud.
Yes, I'm with the Shakespearean Stooge Company.
Really? I didn't realize there was a Shakespearean Stooge company. Are any of the other boys with you?
Yes, I have a couple of other of my fellows here. There's Sir Larry Harris.
Uh-huh.
And, of course, Sir Curly Chamberlain.
Sir Curly Chamberlain.
Yes.
Oh, could you give the phone to Curly?
Well, if you'd like, we could perform some of our
okay, go ahead.
right here in the phone.
That would be even better.
Go ahead.
Great.
Gentlemen, now let's do a passing yes. I say, yea, verily, knucklehead, spread out. Oh, thou art wise guy. Nyuk, 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 thou. For your... I'm going to be superior later. I say thou, kick two. How about these two? I shall murderize you. Oh, yeah? I say, look at the grouse. Look at the grouse. But, Moe, thou art no grouse. Stop. Take this.
Could you hang up on these idiots, please?
The Three Stooges convention.
Thank you so much, Sir Moe.
We'll be doing summer stock at the Beef and Boards later.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing you.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. No, thank you.
On that nutty note, time for sports.
I hate this machine.
There it is. Hum it at home yourselves. Good morning, sportsman.
I don't know what it is.
Bob, Tom, Christy.
Chick.
This morning, a special presentation from the Q95 Sports Department. It's karaoke sports.
Oh, God.
Okay.
The semifinal pairings for the World Cup are set. Favorite Brazil is among the survivors. Told you. Did you get a watch on that?
We didn't even hit the chorus.
Clock up on that? Yeah.
Oh, well.
Ready.
Okay.
The semifinal pairings for the World Cup are set. Favorite Brazil among the surviving 14. Defending champion Germany is not. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thousands celebrated in the streets of Sofia after Bulgaria stunned the Germans. They're stunned. Just starting to wake up. He stunned him. He stunned him. Bulgaria 2, Germany 1 yesterday. Germany saw a one-goal lead disappear when Bulgarians... Oh, boy.
Cheated.
What? Kind of name you can't pronounce?
Risto Stolichnaya.
I'm sure that's it.
And the Eordan
I don't know.
Lucknow. Waha. Scored goals. Jordan. I'm sure about Jordan.
Oh, bother.
Jordan. They scored goals yesterday. Sweden and Romania went to sudden death in penalty kicks. Those countries are used to that, though, aren't they? Sweden and Romania. Stand them up and shoot them. They were tied 1-1 after regulation and 2-2 after overtime. Each netted 4 goals on the first 5 penalty kicks before Swedish goalkeeper Thomas made the save on the 6th kick that put the Swedes in Wednesday's semifinals against Brazil in the Rose Bowl. Bulgaria will face Italy Wednesday at the Meadowlands in New Jersey. Third place game will be played Saturday at the Rose Bowl. Championship game Sunday in Pasadena. I can't even swallow it. Al Unser Jr. won an IndyCar race from the pole for the 3rd time this year. He finished first, 23 seconds ahead of England's Nigel Mansell in the Cleveland Grand Prix. Unser's won 5 of the season's 8 races. Ricky Rudd has his first victory as a NASCAR owner and driver. NASCAR.
Laugh while you can, Chick McGee.
And first place in Formula One's British Grand Prix went to Britain's Damon Hill. Yes. Major League Baseball, let's see. Reds lose to Pittsburgh in 11 innings, 7-6. And the Cubs lose to Houston by a score of 5-3. Florida 6, Colorado 4. San Francisco beat Philly 2-1 to 10 innings. Mets 5, Los Angeles 1. Montreal beat San Diego 8-2, and St. Louis beat Atlanta 6-1. American League, Boston 9, Seattle 2. Toronto beat Kansas City 7-3. California 9, Yankees 6. Detroit beat Texas 6-5. Oakland 5, Baltimore 4. Cleveland beat Minnesota 9-1, and the White Sox beat Milwaukee by scores 7-2. New York Times reports today that Notre Dame has been approved as a non-football member of the Big East Conference. The Times says an unidentified source familiar with discussions between Notre Dame and Big East officials confirmed reports over the weekend that a commitment is imminent and that announcements are planned for today. And as we all know, Notre Dame football makes more than any conference
Thank God.
in the United States. So why bother joining a conference? Time for golf stories now. Birdie chip-ins on consecutive holes at 15 and 16 helped Mark McCumber pull away to win the PGA's Busch Classic yesterday. Jim Colbert came within 1 stroke.
I figured that would have been an LPGA event.
While winning the Kroger Senior Classic in Mason, Ohio.
Is the Busch Classic an LPGA
Well,
event?
see, that's what I thought it was.
No.
Apparently
No.
not.
How ironic.
Yeah, and Kelly Robbins won the LPGA Jamie Farr Toledo Classic on the
Oh,
first.
Jamie Farr has a tournament that's
For
a
a girl.
women's tournament.
Sure.
That's the gag, you see.
Well, the gals wear like wedding dresses.
They all wear drag.
Stage 9 of the Tour de France today is an individual time trial. Belgium's Johan Me say you say me.
Me say you say.
Where's the leader's yellow jersey? American Lance Armstrong, 42 seconds back is 8th.
Oops.
He's kind of fell behind.
He was
Fallen
4th.
behind, yeah.
Morning Q95.
For sure, it's fantastic.
Emo?
Yes.
Emo, how
Good
are
morning.
Well, not too good after the Pinsky armor yesterday. Caught fire, for sure.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But when I heard, how you say, Lafayette Chick McGee talk about the, how you say, Busch Classic.
Right.
It's a golf tournament.
Oh, for sure. It's, there are several more golf tournaments on the way.
Uh-huh.
The, how you say, Harbor of Hope Classic.
Yeah.
The Pin Cushion Classic is on the way. How you say, the Pipe Cleaner Tournament. Mom's Homemade Slit Pie Class. I'm sure it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you say, Meat Curtain Classic. It's on the way.
Hey, there's more coming in.
For sure. It's the Temple of Low Men Classic.
Uh-huh.
How you say, the Vertical Smile Challenge.
Yeah.
How do you say?
The House Under the Hill Invitational, for sure. It's the Front Window Classic. Fort Bushy Invitation.
Could you?
Well, thanks, Emo.
Thanks, Emo. It's
Thanks,
noon.
Emma. We appreciate it. Yeah, it is almost noon. Thank you,
You say
Emma.
Willie.
Woolly Booger Open. I knew it. I knew it.
The Woolly Booger Open.
Sports this morning brought to you by the Dirt Stripper. It's icky. Wash it. Rid yourself of the ick at Dirt Stripper. I'm not touching it until you wash it. Get hot, soapy, wet, and blown dry 24 hours a day. And never once be touched. They also have self-serve service available. That's where you self-serve.
You wash your own car.
That's right. Dirt Stripper, Night Stripper, Dirt Stripper, 4980 Crawfordsville Road. Wash your car today at the Dirt Stripper. It's really swell and they're nice people. So go say hi. That's sports.
It is.
Yeah. Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy Lee.
Well, you knew it wouldn't take this. You knew it wouldn't be for long before you hear this story. Roseanne Arnold now does not want to be used, but does not want to be referred to as Roseanne Arnold anymore. It's
now
just
what?
Roseanne. She informed the media over the weekend. From now on, it's just Roseanne.
Fine.
Tom Arnold.
Roseanne.
Tom Arnold, by the way, on
Yeah.
a similar note, is also changing his name.
Is he?
Instead of being known as Tom Arnold,
Yeah.
he will simply now be known as who?
Okay.
That's a great one. Who?
Yep.
So Roseanne is changing her name.
To just Roseanne.
Oh, good.
nice.
That's special.
Roseanne Barr, Roseanne Arnold, now just Roseanne.
Call her what you want, but don't forget to call her for lunch.
We'll come right back at 7:45 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Mostly sunny and warm today. That should be the forecast from pretty little Pat Carlini, but she's too busy gabbing with Christy in the other room.
Look at this. They are.
They have no idea that there's actually a radio show going on here.
Where'd you get those curtains?
Well, okay. Look, the rest of the crowd is here. Yeah, that was a full
30s?
one. No, all 60s. Before we move on with Pat Carlini, we have on the phone with us Shanna, who we spoke to earlier this morning.
We spoke to Shanna about an hour ago. We played the call waiting game where Shanna described herself to see if any of her friends would call, and no one called. And we found out that Shanna's lived here for a year, has an unlisted phone number, and basically hadn't really gotten around town much and didn't know a lot of people.
Yes.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Did anybody ever call you at all?
Yes.
Oh, what
really?
time?
I had two calls. I had one at 7:15 and one at 7:30.
Really?
Okay.
Who were these people? Relatives?
People from work.
Oh, I see.
Oh, well, good.
We stayed at the place you worked.
That helped.
Okay, great. Well,
Yeah, well, they couldn't get my phone number because they had to wait for the boss to get there. So,
he's the only one that has your number?
well, nobody else has a reason to. Most of the men at work are married.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a
I
good
see.
point.
Now, you're a single mother. You have a 7-year-old daughter. And what's
you're
your daughter's name again?
Kelsey.
Kelsey? Okay. Kelsey or Chelsea?
Kelsey with a K.
Okay, Kelsey. Nice name. Very nice
And we
name.
found out she's, I guess you're work for an engineering firm and you're a drafter.
Okay. Now,
So I've been in the other room taking phone calls, and let me say we had a lot of interest and a lot of guys wanting to go out with Shanna.
Well, if I'd have known about this sooner, the dating game here.
See?
Well, we don't usually play this, Shanna.
Normally we don't do this, but
Not at this
it's kind of a special case.
we just felt so sorry for you, Shanna, because you've been here a year. It sounded like you had never even gone to a movie. You said you hadn't been out to Deer Creek. You hadn't done anything.
had a lot of nice guys call. Adam, that we talked to on the air earlier, he sounded like an okay guy. A guy named Glenn called. Mark had a bunch of guys. David.
Did you get all their numbers?
Well, I've got a list of phone numbers here, but I hope you don't mind. I kind of took the liberty of picking one out for you.
Oh, really?
This guy has a lot in common, but I do want to say to Butch that called. We had a young lady named Butch that called wanting to take Shanna out, and I went out on a limb and turned it down, so I don't think she'd be interested.
A young lady named Butch?
Whatever turns you on's okay with us, all right?
That's fine, Shanna.
Live and let live, Shanna.
I saved that number just in case.
So who's the guy that you think's the best?
This is David, and we've got him on the phone, and I'll let David describe himself.
All right, David?
Yeah.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Okay, David. Shanna is on the line. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Shanna.
Okay.
Hi.
And David, I was talking to David, and David's got a few things in common with Shanna.
Oh, does he really? Well, tell her about yourself, Dave.
Well, let's see. I'm 26. I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I work at an engineering firm as a drafter.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
Well, that's
Wow, I wonder
pretty
if it's
close.
I wonder if it's
Yeah.
a competing office. I wouldn't want to.
Yeah, it's probably down the hall.
Yeah, she'll date him for a few years, take all the secrets, and run.
Yeah.
Are there any secrets in drafting? I don't know.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, it's probably a pencil and some paper and go
Well,
for it.
what do you think, Shanna?
Dave, you'd like to take Shanna out?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Hey, tell Shanna that, or I'll just tell her right
Well,
now.
go ahead.
I look just like Keanu Reeves.
No way.
Well, Shanna, when people see you, do they ever say you look like someone famous?
Who?
No, Shanna.
At least they say I look familiar. They don't usually name somebody.
You like familiar, like they saw your
face.
picture at the post office?
Seen your picture somewhere before.
They don't say you look like, I don't know, Joyce DeWitt or someone.
Oh, I can't think of anybody they say I look like.
They don't say you look like the other guy in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, do they?
No, that's good.
Okay, that's good.
Well, Shanna, do you want to go out with David?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys. I'm getting a little misty.
Yeah, that really is very sweet.
Kind of exciting.
And David's probably lived here longer, so he can show you around town.
David, are you born and raised in Indiana?
I'm born and raised in Indiana, but I tell you what, guys, I commute up here. I live in Columbus.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, but I don't have a problem going out with someone in Indianapolis.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank God that you're that open-minded.
Yeah.
I guess he's already done the whole Columbus market.
Well,
So we ought to try to dig up something for their date.
Well, have him go somewhere, you mean?
See if we can.
Well, maybe we can.
Shanna already won the prize package. She's got tickets to Charlie Daniels, so they can go there together.
Oh, okay. They can go to the concert.
Tons of things they can do together.
Sure.
You can go to a little bit of Texas and see Charlie Daniels next Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
So,
I mean, you guys, I guess we'll cross your numbers with each other, let you call each other and arrange for a date, okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Then you have to tell us how it went.
Well, yeah, definitely have to call us back and let us know what happened, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Well, I
thanks,
tell you, I'm going to put you both back on hold here, and we'll let Dean get all the information and pass on the phone numbers, okay?
Okay, thanks.
Well, you're welcome. Have fun.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Good
All right.
luck. God, that's
I
kind
feel
of
like
nice.
Chuck
Feel like Chuck
Woolery.
Fuller, yeah. That's what I was thinking. And then what happened? Oh, so was he a good kisser?
If you really want to feel like Chuck Woolery, I think there's some felony charges.
I don't think it was Chuck, Tom.
Oh, okay.
It might have been someone else.
It's really nice for you guys.
I think you're thinking
help
I think
people out
you're
like that.
Thinking of Chuck Berry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Wrong
didn't
Chuck.
know you guys really would do that. That's really very sweet. Set
Okay.
people up and help them out.
But he can't get in because both lines are dead.
Okay, fine. Christy Lee.
Find the perfect match like
Pat
that.
Carlini is here with us. Pat, how are you?
Fine. Good morning.
A beautiful day today, eh?
Isn't it
Great
nice? It's
forecast.
a lot cooler. There's no stickiness out there right now. No humidity. It's nice and low. So a cool little break for us today. And it starts to come back by the middle of the week. But at least today will be in low 80s and not as humid as it's been in weeks. So enjoy the breeze today. 'Cause it
All right,
comes
great.
back.
Thanks, Pat. We will be moving on. We do have the Lotto Cash Jackpot song coming up this morning. Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit. And right now we're stalling.
I'm trying to find want to get the Haywood Banks song.
The new one?
Yeah, unfortunately, I know it's over here.
Okay, we'll go
Hold
get
on
it.
one second.
Okay, I'll do this. So
Oh, way over there.
Yeah.
let's see. What can we talk about right now?
Need some help with that? You got it already.
This is from our new album, which is being finished up right now, as a matter of fact. The album will be called Good Old Boys. It'll be out. Oh, great.
Non-stop entertainment. Morning, Q95.
Good morning, Bob and Tom.
Chick?
Big Dick Black. I'd like to date Shanna.
Oh, my God.
Big Dick Black. I saw you in that movie, Hardcore. That was great.
That was George C. Scott?
George C. Scott, yeah.
That's right.
No.
That's right.
I don't think I'm familiar with you.
I've got a on me, 14 inches long.
I'm afraid, Dick,
I can 5 times an hour.
I'm afraid that you're not the type.
Yeah, we've already got a date for her.
Not the type. What do you mean I'm not the type?
Well, we've already set up Shanna with another guy named Dave, Dick, but thanks for calling.
Did you hear I got a on me, 14 inches long?
Well, that's all well and
I'm
good.
sorry,
but,
Mr. Black, but you're still not the type.
Sorry, Mr. Black.
I can 14 times a day?
And I believe the next line in the original was, I'm a woman's dream.
I'm every woman's dream.
I'm every woman's dream.
Bob and I used to have that on our answering machine.
Didn't your mom call one time?
Yeah, that's my favorite. It was my favorite scene in the movie Hardcore. And I just, he goes, he comes in for the audition. He goes, and your name, sir? He goes, I'm Dick Black.
I'm
and
afraid, Mr. Black, you're not the type.
You're not the type, Mr. Black.
Not the type? Maybe you don't know who I am. I'm Big Dick Black.
I've been in 100 porno films. I'm Big Dick Black. That's my favorite scene in any movie ever. So anyway, Bob and I put it on our answering machine because we used to go to work and we would ask the one secretary to call our house for our messages, and she'd get that, and that was very funny. So we had it in there one morning, and my mom called unexpectedly, and I had to explain that it was
probably a wrong number.
We were having a phone problem of some sort.
Yeah. I think I took the fall on that one.
Anyway, Mr. Black.
It's Bob's fault.
Anyway, Mr. Black, thanks for calling.
Okay, no problem.
Bye.
I bet that did happen a lot. Bob did that. Mom, can't help
wait
it.
a minute
we
now.
Have we have a special summer album coming out. By the way, Airbags sold out, so the reprint is finally coming out in a week or so. So
Great.
If you weren't able to get Airbags, our last one, your last chance to get that'll be in a couple weeks. We're going to have a special one-time only summer album this summer. Mm-hmm. It's going to feature a couple of new songs about the forthcoming Brickyard Race. Plus, it's got a whole bunch of new stuff, including this one from Haywood Banks.
That we'll hear in just a minute.
Oh.
Nice setup. And
after all that work. This is your fault, Pat.
7:55.
And we got a special...
Thanks, Pat. That was a great forecast.
Special summer album coming out with a lot of brand new stuff you haven't heard yet. We'll start playing it for you in the next couple days.
Mm-hmm.
But this is something you might have heard once or twice. This is a brand new song from Haywood Banks. The actual title of this song is Inches, Feet, and Miles, paren...
Tommy's song.
Tommy's song.
And you'll understand why after you hear it. Haywood Banks, Q95.
Yeah.
802 WFBQ WNDE Indianapolis. Yeah.
Some classic music from Haywood Banks. You can do the pogo to that song. I don't know if you, do you remember the pogo, Pat?
Yeah.
You probably can't pogo right now.
I bet
being
you used
pregnant.
to do the pogo as a kind of when you're doing the baton thing. Didn't you kind of...
The pogo's where you kind of put your legs together, sort of Pete Townsend. You put your legs together and
I was thinking, remember the pogo stick?
jump up and down.
You know, so you put the
Wear a skinny
little
tie,
stick.
cut your hair short.
That's where the pogo stick started.
Pogo,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I remember that. I had one, though. It was along with the hula hoop.
You had a pogo stick? Mm-hmm. Where'd you keep it?
Did you write it the right way?
All right.
Thanks.
And then, remember that giant rubber ball? What was the name of that with a big handle on it?
Oh, yeah.
They still have those.
Used to jump around on
Very
those.
popular.
What was those called? Did
Yeah.
it have a name?
That had a name.
Giant rubber ball.
Giant rubber ball. Was that a whammo
Handle.
Probably.
Good morning. That was once again from our brand new album, which we'll tell you about in the next few weeks. It'll be out, we hope, in 3 weeks.
Better be.
We hope.
We have plans, you know.
I know.
Remember the Brickyard 400 a couple weeks ago? Well,
Summer album.
Well, here it is.
Well, this isn't really a totally a Brickyard album. I mean,
No, it's not
there are a couple of pieces that are salutes to NASCAR racing well,
but we hope to have it out that weekend.
in a kind of a backhand way to NASCAR racing anyway. Well, you'll be enjoying some of these very soon, I can assure you. We'll play a couple of things from it later on this morning. We have to take a break and, believe it or not, come back with news and sports.
Well, it seems like we just did it. It's 8:04.
They're insane. The annual Pro Golf Sidewalk Sale, Castleton store only, Friday through Sunday. Start planning now. At Pro Golf, where your balls get teed off, but you don't.
Thanks, Chick.
I got Toby some clubs over there.
Mm-hmm.
I was so excited, took them home. Toby, look what I got you. Oh, great. Walked off. Wanted a truck.
Wanted a truck. I would have grabbed it.
Yeah.
And I said, sit your fanny perpendicular down there, mister.
Oh, well.
And
maybe you'll be a cricket player. Okay, here we go.
Let's just all watch Christy.
Trying to
Charades.
signal someone behind. What are you doing?
Are you guys listening? Could you bring the newspaper clippings that are on the computer for me, please?
Waha. Here we go.
I was trying to do it in charades.
Didn't
but-
work. Just remind me not to have you on my team when we ever play charades.
Oh, well, those things happen. Good morning. Here's what's going on in the world. We do have a wonderful day, as both Pat and Tom have probably alluded to. A published report now, one in Newsweek, is offering some insight into O.J.'s explanation of how he got that cut on his hand. And when he had it when he was questioned by police the day after his ex-wife's slaying. Newsweek says a defense source says O.J. told the police he cut his hand before leaving for Chicago the night of the killings. The explanation could also explain a trail of blood droplets on Simpson's driveway. and testimony by a limo driver who said he saw a shadowy figure on the property before Simpson appeared, which I don't understand how that
Why would
affects
that
but
explain
who knows?
God.
Now, this cut is in addition to the one he got when he smashed the glass when he found out in Chicago that his ex-wife had been murdered.
So that's what they can explain the fact that he went to the hotel clerk and asked for a Band-Aid before he took any phone calls.
So almost a month later, we're finding out that, oh, yeah, by the way, I did have a cut before.
I talked to my lawyer, and he said my story really sucks.
Yeah. So if he was sleeping, how'd he bleed on the driveway?
You know, I don't know where all these people are getting all these lawyer bashing stories. I don't know why they do that. They have all those lawyer jokes.
Well, that's the way the law reads. The lawyer has to defend his client to the...
Yeah.
He doesn't have any moral obligation.
No, it's an ethical thing.
There was
no
an interview
moral
with
obligation.
I heard an interview with a guy that quit being a defense attorney.
Because of that reason,
He said
right?
after he got some guy off for murdering a 2-year-old, he said, maybe I'm in the wrong business.
Mm-hmm.
A major interstate in Georgia is open again after days of being underwater. State transportation officials say that the last closed lanes of I-75 in Macon were opened early this morning. Interstate 475 also has been reopened. Flooding is not over, though. Waters continue to threaten the city of Bainbridge. About 3,000 of the 10,000 people in town have cleared out in the face of rising water, and authorities are asking more people to evacuate. They're under a state of emergency with National Guardsmen trying to dike around a fertilizer plant filled with toxic chemicals.
I'm just diking around.
Mainly ammonia. At least 28 people have died in Georgia flooding.
Good place to put a toxic waste dump,
It's a fertilizer plant.
Aren't dikes illegal in Georgia?
Yeah, just ask.
Only if they're wearing
Georgia.
flannel.
Oh, okay.
Greg
sorry.
Louganis and those guys about that.
Sorry.
Well, despite the death of their president, our pres, Bill Clinton, is expressing confidence that North Korea will resume talks on its nuclear program.
I think it is in the interest of the United States that North Korea continue to suspend its reprocessing, refueling, and continue to engage in those talks.
You suck.
They have told us that the talks will resume after an appropriate time for grieving.
Clinton showed little concern about the North's decision to postpone a first-ever summit with the South. He calls that an issue between those two countries. He spoke during a news conference in Germany where he was there meeting with Helmut Kohl to discuss the reunification of the two Germanys. He defended his expression of condolences to North Korea's people on the death of Kim Il-sung. He said it was appropriate and very much in the interest of the United States. As we heard, Republican Senator Bob Dole has said Clinton's remarks were insensitive to American veterans of the Korean War and their families.
Do you think President Clinton brought like a big plate of baked beans or something? Or you know what you do when people...
He didn't go to North Korea.
That's
He's
why.
in Germany.
What's he doing in
Talking
Germany?
about North Korea.
Why is he in
Weren't you
Germany?
Do you
paying
not listen
attention?
to me ever?
I'm sorry,
The
what?
G7 thing, it's an international bingo game.
It's like a big summit thing, where all the industrialized
invading the
nations
nation.
get together and they talk about the economic future of each country.
Kim Sung is dead.
Kim Il-sung.
Did you hear about that?
That sounds... Who?
Kim Il-sung is dead, the president of North Korea.
Kim Il-sung.
And his son is going to take over, who no one has
Sung too?
spoken with in the Western media, as Tom pointed out earlier this morning. Ever.
Wasn't he on Kung
Never
Fu?
even seen him, have we?
No.
Was he on Kung Fu with
No,
David
he
Carradine?
wasn't.
Just go on.
Wasn't he the guy who acted
Just
blind?
keep going.
Have some coffee. Wake up. Snap out of it.
The Louvre Art Museum was temporarily sealed off to visitors yesterday following the theft of a 17th century drawing. People in the museum were searched as they left, and the doors were barred to those seeking to enter. French TV said the pastel drawing, still missing early this morning, was valued at between $75,000 to $100,000.
Pastel. What color are those?
Louis Pastel. New York City police on Friday arrested Randy Cagagnano and Robert Seagal in connection with...
We're pitching a goose egg.
What a great
It's 8:15, and
Sorry.
it's still a 0-0 shutout.
Sorry.
Oh, now things are going to start happening.
Sorry about the visuals.
I guess we need the help.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mickey made us.
Mickey made us.
Come here, Mixter.
Made us.
Mickey?
Made us.
Jimmy Mad Dog made us, joins us with his son Mickey. How you doing, dog?
Dog,
Doing
you're-
good. What's happening?
Dog, you're just in time.
As you can see, there are no highlights. Under the glass.
Are we running?
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, we're
There
running.
was something funny in that 7
So anyway,
o'clock
there's
newscast.
three salesmen, Bob.
Yeah.
3 salesmen.
Mm-hmm.
They're sitting around a luncheon chick,
Uh-huh.
and they're trying to outdo each other, as salesmen often do.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you hear this high-pitched noise, kind of like boop, boop. And this one salesman just grabs his little finger and his thumb, holds it up to his mouth like a telephone, starts talking. Talks for about 5 minutes, gets done, starts eating again. He said, what the heck was that? He said, well, at our company, we spare no expense for the latest technology. So we actually went out and they put a transmitting device in my fingernail and a receiving device in my thumbnail. So it's hands-free and I can just talk. I said, whoa, that's pretty good. About 10 minutes later, other salesman here, boop, boop. He just puts his fork down, clears his throat, just starts talking. Carries on a conversation, talks to himself for like 5 minutes. Says goodbye. They said, what the heck was that? He said, oh, at our company, we have the latest technology. They put a transmitting device in the cap on my tooth. A receiving device surgically embedded into my ear. I'm totally hands-free. I said, that's pretty good. You could tell this other salesman, he's kind of cowering in the corner. He didn't know what to do. About 10 minutes later, he just lets one go. Clears the room. He said, what the heck is that? He said, give me a couple of minutes. I got a fax coming. Get out the highlighter, baby.
That makes the list.
I think his pen's dried up.
It's been so long.
What are you doing here this morning?
5th annual Jimmy Mad Dog Made a Softball Nighters coming up the 23rd, week from this weekend.
Ah, okay.
And got to get some guys to get entered. 875-8833. We're going to play at Indianapolis Sports Park on the south side, Indy Sports and Fitness on the northeast side, and Midwest Softball Complex on the northwest side. We do 170 teams, and this year Long Electric came on board, and we're going to do a concert in center field at Midwest at 10 o'clock with Duke Tomato in the Power Trio. Long Electric Power Trio, under the lights.
I love it.
It all fits. 875-8833.
Yeah, and they can also call the front office here, and they got the numbers. But if they want to call Midwest,
Now,
and
this
get
is
entered,
if you have a team and you want to enter the softball
we'll do
all-nighter.
co-ed softball, men's softball, and co-ed volleyball.
Okay.
And they can call.
They
and
have
get entered.
trophies and stuff?
Oh, all kinds of great awards. Miller Lite helps us out every year. We've
And
done about $45,000 in the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's worked out pretty good.
And the money goes to?
Cerebral palsy, the fight against cerebral palsy.
Great. Well, that's a cool idea. If you have a softball team, once again, the number 875-8833, or you can look up our number, which is listed in the phone book, and talk to our front desk, and maybe you can get through to them. I can't, but you probably can. I still haven't cracked the veil of security we have here.
I'd like to speak. Hello? Hello? Hello?
So, Mickey, what are you doing today?
Little Mickey just got done polishing off 3 bowls of cereal.
Look at his hand. He's been
Uh-oh,
writing.
wait a minute. I think he's got a fax coming in.
Look out! Oh, it's a 5-pager.
Oh, great.
Well, thanks, Dog.
Thanks, Dog. Thanks, Mickey.
Mickey doesn't talk much, does he?
No.
No reason to.
He's looking around,
How old is
surveying
he?
the situation. He's 2.
Wow. Doesn't seem
He's
possible.
2. He's a keeper.
They're growing big down there.
He's a keeper.
When's number 4?
As soon as Kathy passes out naked. That's my only shot. I've been waved off.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless you can guarantee it's a female.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That's right.
I don't blame her.
Mm-hmm. Well,
House full of men.
Yep. 3 boys and me. That's a package.
Yeah, it is.
There's a foursome.
Uh-huh.
Well, thanks, Dog. Let's get back to the news. Christy?
Creation.
Okay. Bye, Mickey. Nice seeing you. Well, New York City police on Friday arrested 2 men in connection with 8 jewel robberies in which the bandits were described as very well dressed. They called them the Dapper Bandit suspects.
Oh, please.
About $500,000 was taken in the holdups.
The
And
wet bandits.
Johnny Madison Williams Jr. was arrested Saturday in suburban Seattle in connection with 56 bank holdups in California, Washington, and Texas over the past 8 years.
Jeez.
His wife Carolyn was also arrested. The total take more than $750,000.
Over how
Barely
many
enough.
years?
Over 8 years.
Why doesn't the guy just get a job?
Yeah, I know. That was
That
his
is
job.
his job.
What?
apparently.
It's free, Tom.
What? And quit show business?
All that risk. There's probably no no health insurance.
No.
You're on the lam all the time.
But it's all
changing
tax-free money, Tom.
residences every day.
Good point.
No taxes.
The Greenwood Police Department's new weapon against drugs looks like a personal computer hooked up to a souped-up microwave oven. But the device is expected to slash the time it takes police officers to identify drugs that they've confiscated. Speaking of drugs, Eli Lilly and Company today announced plans for the largest single acquisition in company history. The Indianapolis-based pharmaceutical company is announcing a $4 billion agreement to acquire PCS Health Systems. A sad note this morning, Dick Sargent, who portrayed Darren on Bewitched, passed away over the weekend. He died Friday in a Los Angeles hospital of prostate cancer. He was 64 years of age.
Now, am I correct in saying, did Dick York also pass away?
I believe
you're right.
The other,
yeah.
the other Darren?
The other Darren.
Yes.
Well, both Darrens are now deceased.
Yes, they are.
Okay, sorry to hear about that.
Tom Hanks' new movies dethrone The Lion King. Forrest Gump replaced the Disney animated film as the nation's top-grossing movie over the weekend. Lotto Cash Powerball, the jackpots grow. Lotto Cash at $2.5 million. Powerball at $20 million for Wednesday.
Excuse me for just 1 second. I don't mean to interrupt. Bob?
Yes.
Do you have a fax coming in?
No, it's not me.
Just asking. Go ahead, Christy. Schick.
Coming up.
I'm an important guy. I got documents coming in all the time.
Coming up, sports. But first, Marilyn Wright, a 44-year-old British nurse, says she's had a baby without ever having sex. British authorities plan to investigate. Wright gave birth to
I'm sorry, what's Mary's name again? What is it?
Marilyn.
Oh.
Wright gave birth to son Jonas after 8 years of artificial insemination. She told the newspaper, a newspaper in London, "It may sound fussy, but I can honestly say that I've never met a man I fancied enough to take to bed." Health Secretary Virginia Bottomley says she wants to determine whether the guidelines for artificial insemination were followed.
Well, good luck to little baby Jonas is going to grow up as a raving queen.
I like it. His mother's going to become a spokesman for Frigidaire. Oh, yeah, my mother is the frigid bitch. Okay, great.
Bitch on wheels. Jeez.
I've never met a man that was worthy of my...
Don't touch that, doctor. It's never been...
This just won't mess up my hair, will it?
I'm afraid we're going to need a crowbar. Yes, her nickname is Dusty.
Boy, she needs 40 drinks and maybe a session on OJ's cell. That'll loosen her up. I bet OJ's on a world record.
Oh, I bet he is, too.
I bet he hasn't gone this long since he was 12.
I bet he's,
Just taking the old hand off from...
taking the old hand off from the quarterback, Rosie Greer.
AFABJ now is about 20 to life, maybe.
Yeah. Well, depends on who you are.
Feminine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice correction. Good morning, sports fans. Bob, Tom, Christy.
Chick.
Semifinal pairings are set in the World Cup. Wednesday afternoon at 3 o'clock our time on ESPN, you'll have Bulgaria and Italy. Then Wednesday evening at 6:30, also on ESPN, Brazil and Sweden. And then the championship game Sunday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time on ABC. It will be the championship of the World Cup, and we can all say ta-ta for now. Bulgaria beat Germany over the weekend 2-1, and also yesterday Sweden beat Romania 5-4 in a shootout. Al Unser Jr. won an IndyCar race from the pole for the third time this year. He finished first, 23 seconds ahead of England's Nigel Mansell in the Cleveland Grand Prix. Unser's won 5 of this season's 8 races, proving he's the best driver in the world.
It's just amazing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just unbelievable. Did Al say he was going to be around for the NASCAR race? Is he going to be in town? I can't remember. When we asked him.
He'll probably be here. I don't know. It's a pretty big event.
Imagine Al will be hanging out. Maybe we can get him to come in and talk about his great year. Maybe he'll sing again for us. Who knows?
Ricky Rudd won that race in Loudon, New Hampshire.
What do you mean that race?
I'm
It's
not
like
going to-
5,300?
I'm not going to say that one word anymore.
What?
Laugh while you can, Chick McGee.
Formula One, British Grand Prix yesterday. First place went to Britain's Damon Hill.
feel like I'm living in a trailer all of a sudden.
Christy, could you sit down? What's the matter? Do you have ants in your pants?
Yes, I do.
What's your problem? Did you have to go to the bathroom or something?
No, I'm going to write on here the Lotto Cash jackpot thing for you.
Why did you use someone's shirt to
Because
erase
there's
the
no
board?
eraser. Can you find the ding eraser, Bob?
No, I have no
because
idea.
Now they took the can cooler.
They took the can cooler, they've taken the eraser, they've taken my box cutter, which has really ticked me off today.
I'm
So
sorry. Let's try to get through
I
the
don't
show.
need a. I don't need a box cutter.
Are those scissors?
Box cutter.
Keep going.
That's what that lady in England needed. Box cutter.
is that what she
Had to
needed?
get it in there. Well, ma'am, it's grown together. You don't use it, that'll happen.
I say, come here, Dusty.
Cubs lose to Houston yesterday, 5-3 at
Let's
Wrigley.
try to get it apart here.
Oh,
I didn't know they'd Velcroed it.
Yow.
Hello.
Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati 7-6 in 11 innings. St. Louis 6, Atlanta 1. Montreal 8, San Diego 2. Mets beat Los Angeles 5-1.
Virgin Maryland. Does have a ring to it, doesn't it?
San Francisco 2, Philly 1 in 10 innings, and Florida beat Colorado 6-4.
Chick hit the nail on the head.
All-star break time.
Boy.
I think you're right there.
Men are awful. Men are terrible. Men are
Unless, of course, you sleep with them.
Yeah. Men, of
Little
course, they're
Joey.
fine.
Let's see. I want to be a woman. American League. Boston beat Seattle 9-2. Toronto 7, Kansas City 3. California beat the Yankees 9-6. Detroit 6, Texas 5. Oakland beat Baltimore 5-4. White Sox 7, Milwaukee 2. Cleveland beat Minnesota 9-1. Sports this morning brought to you by Chuck Callahan Ford. For 27 years, Chuck Callahan Ford has focued on top-notch service.
Has what?
What'd you say?
I heard him.
Focued.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be focused, okay, but I'm
Oh,
done.
I see.
I'm done editing on the fly. I'm just going to say
Oh, what's there?
what's here.
Fine. Go ahead.
On top-notch survey in a non-pressure sales environment.
That would be environment.
All Ford dealers offer the same product. The difference at Chuck Callahan is how they serve their customers. In new automobile, truck sales, used car sales, or service, the customer is number on.
One.
Which should be the enormous percentage of repeat business they have. Feel the Chuck Callahan experience. And the price, of course, is important as well. As Mr. Callahan always says,
if it's not a Chuck Callahan Ford price, then you really don't have a price.
birdie chip-ins on consecutive holes at 15 and 16 helped Mark McCumber pull away to win the PGA's Busch Classic yesterday. 17 under 267. Jim Colbert came within one stroke of the tournament record while winning the Kroger Senior Classic in Mason, Ohio.
You won everything in coupons.
$50 ain't going to kill anybody. Kelly Robbins won the LPGA.
going to have a stroke.
Jamie Farr Toledo Classic on the first hole of a playoff. Oh, Rudy Ortega, man, how you doing? That's sports.
It is.
Yeah, wherever you go, whatever you do.
Sold American.
Christy!
At the American Veterinary Medical Association conference this weekend in San Francisco, much of the talk centered around the idea of prescribing Prozac for misbehaving animals.
Really?
Yes.
No.
You know, they put my cat on Valium once.
Your cat on Valium?
Yeah, because she wasn't using her litter box, and they said it was a behavior problem, so they tried the Valium thing.
Remember you out of strychnine?
It didn't work.
They're giving cats and dogs
Prozac. Now it's Prozac. Maybe that'll work better.
roll over, play mellow. Actually, I had a problem with my dog, so I was going to take him to a therapist, but I didn't want to get in the habit of getting up on a couch.
You want him to stay
Good
off
call,
the
Tom.
furniture.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yes.
I don't know if that
Yeah.
I like that. Very nice.
Wow.
That's just pretty amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
That's a bit much.
a dog on isn't Prozac pretty expensive? Chick?
I wouldn't know.
How much is it?
$45 or something for a month.
A month? Mm-hmm. Well, it's pretty expensive for a dog. It's probably
Oh,
cheaper.
I've heard anyway.
It's probably
Well, they probably don't need to give as much to a dog as
yeah. But have you priced one of those rubber dog houses lately?
Yeah, those get expensive.
Yeah. My dog's paranoid. He keeps being followed by his tail. He keeps
spinning around.
chasing it because he's a dog.
He's a dog. See?
And he gets up every day and he goes, "Yep, I'm a dog again.
I'm a dog.
There I am.
It's great. I'm a dog.
Another day of being a dog. I think I'll go sniff.
I'm going to go
Sniff
lick
some
some
butts.
I'm going to go lick some. Goes like
We'll come right
Hey, look,
back.
another dog poop here. Better go check that out.
Yep.
20.
Hi there, 834 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom.
Hello. 67 our current temperature. Look for a great day today, right, Pat?
Yeah, cool morning and a nice day, low humidity today and through most of tomorrow. And then Wednesday and Thursday, it all comes back hazy, hot, and humid, and thunderstorms.
Okay. Also joining us in the studio, Dave the King Wilson. King.
Morning, boys. How you doing?
Good.
I got a little trip through Whiskeyville we can go on. At your convenience. At your convenience.
We'll do that in a few minutes.
Just a second. First of all, today's been kind of a big day for visual things in this program, and
yes, it has.
Which unfortunately means that those of you listening only get to hear us chuckle, and isn't that entertaining?
Mm-hmm.
This next piece is a very visual one, and it's probably going to be funny just for a day or so, but it's just so tasteless and profoundly humorous that I thought I would share it with you. As you know, over the weekend, apparently. Dick Sargent passed away.
Yes, he did.
There's nothing funny about that. I'm sorry to hear that Dick's gone.
Talented actor.
Sorry to hear he's gone. I certainly enjoyed the show when I was little and
played Darren.
And Dick Sargent's gone. Rob Day, the cartoonist, has sent us a little drawing of the actual gravestone that's being prepared for Mr. Sargent. Yeah. It's interesting the economy with which they're going to, rather than put his name on the actual gravestone.
They got a little figurine thing.
They have a gravestone with a sort of a figurine, and then with sergeant stripes on it. So you can, judging by the shape of the figurine, you say, "Oh, it's Dick Sargent."
Oh, isn't that?
Oh, apparently that's really nice. It gives a place for some of his friends to sit while he.
They want to come Speaking of death, we were talking about the front page of the Star over the weekend, and there was a photograph of several caskets floating down
the flooded waters there.
And obviously, I guess I assume the caskets had been the ground had been washed away.
Mm-hmm.
We were wondering, how do they identify these and rebury them? And someone said that certain caskets, not all of them, actually have a special tube. And someone has sent me a copy of one of these. Dear Bob and Tom, this is a copy of a casket memorial tube. It is an onion skin scroll that is rolled into the diameter of a pencil, then placed in a 5-inch plastic tube at the foot of the casket. Not all casket companies do this. Now, apparently this tube screws in something in the outside, so the casket would not have to be opened to identify the... Mm-hmm. Because we were wondering, I mean, they don't have, nameplates on it.
I would think, at least maybe a serial number of some sort.
My name was. And then have a little...
Mm-hmm.
So it's this little thing. It says memorial record, and it says name, address, birth date, birthplace, date of death, place death occurred, date of funeral, service held at, name of cemetery, clergyman, father, mother, immediate family, and funeral director. So in theory, they could track down any remaining relatives, I guess. But that would be a grim scenario, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, hot Georgia weather.
God. No, I know. Now, did any of those 6 caskets you saw floating have the "I'd rather be sailing" bumper sticker on them?
I thought maybe some of them people down there in Georgia, as the last request, when their love members have said, I just want to be scattered at sea, and they didn't realize they had to cremate them first. So just kind of, the river's right up in front of the trailer now, Clem. Let's just toss old Uncle Fred in.
That's pretty grim. Mm-hmm. Pretty grim stuff. So, well, I wonder if they'll put this on Dick Sargent.
I doubt it. But boy, is that funny.
Yeah. I knew him when he was just Dick Corporal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Before he got that big gig. Well, King, it's always a pleasure to see you here.
Good to be here with you guys. And Got action coming up here shortly out there at 16th in Georgetown. But right now, I think we need to take a trip out west.
Okay.
We're going to go out there to beautiful Whiskeyville to the optometry office out there in Whiskeyville. And I know, Pat, that you don't have that trouble. You don't have to go to see an optometrist or anything like that very often, do you?
No.
Well, one day I was sitting in the waiting room of the Whiskeyville optometrist when young Robert, a young Armenian there in Whiskeyville. You know, a lot of Armenians there in Whiskeyville, weren't there, Bob?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bob's Armenian. Did you know that, Pat?
Oh, really? No, I had no idea.
And Robert's sitting in
Thanks
there.
for playing along, Pat.
So young Robert's sitting in the chair, and the optometrist come up, and he said, "Now, Robert, I want you to take your right hand and cover your right eye and read this chart." Well, Robert wasn't the sharpest of the youngest people around there, and he took his left hand and covered his left eye. And the doctor said, no, let's try it one more time. Okay, all right, let me get set up here. Now take your left hand and cover your left eye this time. And Robert took his right hand and covered his right eye. And the doctor was exasperated because he had a whole bunch of people out there to take care of. So the doctor, thinking he won't get in the other room there, and he got him a grocery bag, paper bag, and cut out 2 eye holes in the proper spot. And he slipped it down over Robert's head and was preparing to get around there where he could cover the eyes and administer the eye test himself when suddenly Robert started crying. And just now, Robert, now don't get all frustrated. What's the problem? Don't get all upset. And what is your problem? We're going to take care of you. And Robert goes, I was wanting wire rims.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Robert didn't get it.
I guess not.
No. That sends another true tale, Pat.
Thank you, King. My
Thank you, King.
I love hearing those old stories.
Yeah.
They're all true, Pat.
They're all true, Pat.
So, Pat, you had any weird cravings lately?
Why, Bob?
I'm just wondering. You know,
What are you gonna say?
I'm just nothing. I'm just curious. Have you had any? You know, everyone goes to the pickles and ice cream thing. Have you had any?
Stewed tomatoes.
Ooh.
What?
Ate the whole can.
You ate a whole can of stewed tomatoes?
I don't know why they just look so good all of a sudden.
Good night. You're goofy, Pat. Cold?
Yeah.
Cold?
Yuck.
Your mama dropped you when you was just a baby, didn't she?
Yeah.
Dropped you right on your noggin.
Stewed tomatoes.
That funny? Yeah. Otherwise, not too many weird things.
No, that's like
that pretty much tops it. Yeah.
How many people do you know eat stewed tomatoes right out of the can? Yuck.
No, Pat, I know, have you been following this Prince Charles thing?
No, what's he done now?
Yeah.
What do you mean him? Oh, talking about admitting his affair with Camille?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Camille. She said, I guess over the weekend in the English papers, that she remembers the first time she stared into his eyes.
Oh.
Really?
His paper bag fell off. And I guess hers fell off.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
He was trying to be secretive, Pat.
The unknown prince.
Yeah. I'm royalty. Guess who?
Okay, fine. We'll come right back. It's 8:42. 8:45 at Q95. You're with Bob and Tom. Good morning. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, America. Nice to see you all.
68 our current temperature. Once again, a great day on the way from Pat. Lots of nice weather, no humidity for a couple days.
Yeah, beautiful today and tomorrow. In the middle of the week, it all comes back, but what a nice break. You can even leave the windows open a little bit, get some fresh air.
When's it going to rain, Pat?
Probably Wednesday and Thursday.
Okay.
Fine.
Thanks.
What do
We
you
have
predict for the first snow?
We have a new
And how
album
many?
coming out, and we have another tune we can feature from that.
Yeah.
The new album is it's going to be called Good Old Boys. Feature a couple tunes in honor of the forthcoming racing event out at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in early August, the first NASCAR race, the inaugural running of the Brickyard 400.
A lot of dicks bitch out there, I bet you.
Oh, tons.
Yeah.
That side too.
Yeah.
So we'll have a cassette and a CD out there in a few weeks. Also, we are the final reprint of Airbags, our most recent album, which is sold out, will be available in a week or two. We'll let you know. You can go to any Karma store and get it. We'll give you the details on this project, and we'll be playing a lot of brand new stuff for you very soon. But right now,
This is new. Dean and Jerry, Q95.